Yo, what's up? I'm Zack. Welcome back to my channel of RWBY Mythology. Today I bring you guys another RWBY versus RWBY matchup video, and today we have Pyrrha Nikos, former member of Team Juniper, versus Raven Branwen, a leader of the Branwen tribe and former member of Team Stark. And before I continue on, this is just my personal opinion about who I believe actually would win. And the reason why I want to do this matchup, because I always wonder who will win in the fight between them two. Even though the original script, for those people who may not know, in the original script for Volume 3 of RWBY, Team Juniper were supposed to face Raven for the first time, and there was a fan animation of that Team Juniper got their ass whooped, and I was wondering what it would be like if Pyrrha actually fought Raven in 1v1 fight. How would this be turned out? But here's the thing. In this matchup, I will not use Raven when she revealed that she is the Winter Maiden. So basically, she will not be using her Winter Maiden, not Winter Maiden, what did I say that? Her Spring Maiden power on this for this matchup. So this is just gonna be no magic, just their fighting skills, their weapon, and their semblance. So basically, Raven will not use her Spring Maiden power. So, with that out of the way, let us begin. So we'll start off with Pyrrha Nikos, the former member of Team Juniper that died in Volume 3 against of Cinder, and she's actually one of the famous girl that everyone knows, and she actually doesn't like to be recognized until John came around, because he didn't recognize her until then, and she became part of a team member with John, Ren, and Nora, became Team Juniper, and she's pretty much one of the most skillful fighter in the entire Beacon Academy, and she was trained in the Satan Academy, and she was skillful as a fighter. Her semblance is actually incredible, and of course, her aura is basically, again, a soul that is like a shield barrier, and her weapon of choice is a shield, and her weapon is actually like a dagger, but transformed to a staff and a gun for a sniping range, or just a regular gun in general. And her semblance is well, I call it manipulating metal objects, because like what she did to John and used all the metal parts to fight off against Cinder in Volume 3. So basically, she can manipulate metal. I think it was called polarity or something like that. But I call it metal manipulation. That's basically what I would call it in general. So yeah, Pyrrha, even though she didn't graduate as a huntsman, but she did become a huntsman when she died against Cinder. So yeah, not only that, she was meant to become a part of the inner circle with, well, Ozpin in Volume 3, but sadly that died. Well, didn't happen because Pyrrha died as a whole. So yeah, that's basically it I got for Pyrrha. So now, moving on to Raven Branwen. Raven Branwen was part of the tribe with her brother Crow until Ozpin found both of them and gave them the ability to turn into birds, and got them into part of the Beacon Academy, where Raven is part of the team with her brother, with Ty and Summer Rose, and they became a member of Team Stark, and they both been through a lot in their time, until when Ty and Raven had a kid named Yang, and Raven bails out him and decided to choose her tribe over, her family, which is Ty and Yang and Crow. And since Raven left, the team fell apart, and the team fell apart even more, where Summer Rose is quote-unquote died, and Raven became the leader of the Branwen tribe, and later on she became a Spring Maiden after she killed the previous Spring Maiden. And so basically, she's skillful as a fighter, and I feel like she might have more experience when it comes to fighting. And none of that. Her aura is basically, like I said, as always, a soul as a burial shield. And her weapon of choice is like a long standard blade katana with different type of dust. I feel like the main type of blade is basically just red, but there's also changed different type of dust like ice, fire, earth, lightning, stone. Basically your typical type of dust as a whole for each blade. And none of that, she does have the ability to turn into a bird, which is Raven. And her semblance of choice is I will call it like a gateway, but the only way she would use it if someone she has a connection with, which is Yang, Tai, Crow, and her tribe. That's basically 4 places that she will have connection with. That's the only way she could use her semblance is someone that she is connected with. So, yeah, that's basically it I had to say for Raven as a whole. So, how do I see this fight go? I would say this fight would be like similar in the original script, but instead of her team being involved, it would just be Pyrrha against Raven. And if I had to describe this fight would go, I feel like this match will be like similar, like a debate on, who will win in the fight between Rax and Grunt from the Mass Effects. Like Grunt might put over work and put some money on Rax. So it's basically kind of like this, that Pyrrha would put her, Pyrrha actually put on work with Raven, like put on money on Raven or something like that. So the fight, they are so evenly matched. But if I had to say who is more skillful, there's pretty much both. But if I had to say someone who has more experience, it's definitely Raven. That's actually will give her the edge because she has more experience. Not only that, I feel like Raven actually would respect Pyrrha, that she is very skillful as a fighter and strong in her own right. And not only that, she was able to hold off against former trained and experienced fighter of a huntsman in her younger age, for Pyrrha's age. So, yeah, this fight will be close, but the only edge that Raven would have is her experience as a fighter. But Pyrrha will actually put up a decent fight for Raven, so it will be a close fight. If I had to say a fight that would be similar, I would say it would be like similar to Pyrrha against Cinder as well, and almost closer to Raven's fight against Cinder and Crow, because they were both evenly matched. So I would say it's kind of like both in a way. So the only thing that Pyrrha had the edge to fight off against Raven is her semblance. And Raven's semblance is just, like a gateway to escape or head to another location. And the only way she can leave is if she turned into a bird. So her semblance will be no use. And this will actually give Raven a hard time to beat Pyrrha, especially because of her semblance. So basically there's 2 options I can see either one of them will win. Pyrrha use her semblance on Raven, or Raven has more experience. It will give the edge. So basically it's either one of them will actually win in the fight. Again, this will be a close fight. It will be similarly to, if I had to say 2 versions of the fight, is Pyrrha against Cinder and Raven versus Crow. So it's actually a mixture of both as a close, evenly match. Not only that, I feel like Pyrrha will come out very injured and scathed with minor injury or something like that. But she will actually put on work and put some money on Raven. Like, literally. And, yeah. So, basically, if I had to say, in my personal opinion, well, I would say Raven would win. Because, don't get me wrong, Pyrrha actually would win in the highest stance, but I had to give this to Raven because she has more experience. That's the only reason why she actually would win. And yeah, that's basically it. So at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, I declare Raven Branwen, the leader of the Branwen tribe and the former member of Team Stark, the winner. Well, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your opinions down below, and tell me, guys, your honest thoughts about this. Do you guys believe that Pyrrha and Nikos should have won this matchup, or you guys agree that Raven Branwen is the victor in this matchup? Let me know in the comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channels, my social medias, and my Discord server. All of that will be down below in the description bar. You guys know the drill. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. RWBY is love, RWBY is life. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you guys later.